Hello and welcome to Beyond the Gates, a new D&D actual play podcast. We're excited to be recording our second episode. My name is Jacob Breaux, and I will be your dungeon master. I am joined today by our four fearless heroes. Players, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Adam Baeza. I will be playing the level 3 half-elf fighter, Ruinel of Tarsus.
I am Mitchell Butter Caldwell. I'll be playing Irretly Hardstar, a level 3 Ascendant Dragon Monk.
My name is Bryleigh Myers. I'm playing Aster Laveau, and I'm a level 3 bard.
My name is Chelsea Willis, and I'm playing Hope Bright Shadow, a level 3 cleric.
All right, players, last time we ended off, we were aboard Captain Endy's communist, not communist friendship ship. It's very, very well named. You can tell I clearly had a name for it ahead of time. But so Captain Endy had shown you to your quarters at about 6 p.m. and told you that around 6 a.m. the next morning you'd be ready to take off. So we ended the episode with a long rest, but you have about 4 extra hours since a long rest only takes 8 hours. Players, was there anything that maybe you were doing during those 4 extra hours? Anything that you'd like to walk us through?
Irret would be most likely, no, not most likely. Irret would be, in fact, training his magnitude ability.
Okay, cool, good to know. What would Irret do to like train?
So Irret would be like kind of doing basic strength exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, drinking plenty of juice, then kind of going into the magnitude, having the aura almost like go in and out like a fire. That's him turning it on and off, trying to get his body more used to the ability.
Gotcha. You said juice? Where is he getting the juice? Does he just carry juice with him? Or?
Yes, apple.
Apple juice. All right. Cool. Good to know. Other players?
Ruinel would be sharpening her swords.
Okay.
I guess sharpening them with the whetstone.
I just imagine her
Cool.
sitting there going, shing.
Yep.
Shing.
Shing. Shing. That's about it.
She looks
Cool,
at the edge,
cool.
sees how sharp it is. Shing.
Does she do it to any like beat of a song or anything? You can say no.
No.
Aster probably would have woken up from her long rest and then maybe gone out on to the like upper level of the ship. Maybe adventured around, talked to a couple of people that are also in the ship, you know. Just kind of moseyed and conversed with whoever was around that looked remotely interested in conversing.
So Aster went to bed like immediately and then got up at like 2 in the morning?
Probably.
Fun.
Yeah. She would have just completely just crashed.
Can't relate. All right.
She's just like me.
So I imagine that Hope has taken her rest and she's woken up and she's remembered that she was charged twice as much to get on the ship as everybody else. So she's looking for anything valuable that she can take as revenge. Oh, no.
Okay. We'll start with that. So why don't you go ahead and roll me an investigation check. We'll go ahead and say you said this, so this is before you went to sleep or after?
After.
Okay, so I'll let you roll it just regular.
Oh, I got a 2.
A 2? Yeah, you don't find
I
anything.
don't find
The ship is barren. Actually, there's anything in this ship? Are there people on this ship? Where did your party go? You reluctantly named the party.
I don't have any lock picking or anything like that. So is there any particular area that I'm thinking. I want to check Captain Endy's office to see if I can get into the office and see if there's anything.
Okay, well, so remember that it's a communistic friendship ship, not communist pirate ship or whatever.
So Endy's office is actually everybody's
It's
office.
just open. It's just open crew
So
quarters.
okay.
Yeah. So there's no. I mean, there are like a couple of extra rooms, but they're not locked because everyone's just allowed to get everywhere on the ship.
Everything of value is in somebody's pocket.
Probably,
Yeah.
most likely, yeah, or in crates or something somewhere.
And I'm not willing to risk our place on the ship by getting my hand caught in somebody's pocket right now.
Especially since I vouched for you.
Yeah, Captain Endy might take Hope and then string her onto the side of the boat as like bait for for any willing monsters to.
We are going to the friendliest place on earth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're going to Disney World.
So the sun starts to like rise, and you can see it's beautiful. It's nice and like yellow and orange and a weird gradient that skies do in the morning. And so it's rising real slow, and Captain Endy comes down into the cabins, or the crew cabin, with a massive cowbell and a stick, and you just hear wham, 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 wham. It's not even like it doesn't even sound like a good cowbell. You know, like the ones that are obnoxiously large that don't actually sound like a normal cowbell should. It's one of those. It's just like a loud metal thud. Like she might as well just be taking the world's largest like cooking pot and slamming it up against a rock over and over. And so that's how you wake up.
Reminds me of middle school.
And so Aster's already awake somewhere.
Probably like at the bow of the ship.
Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, you'd probably still hear it, but it wouldn't wake you up.
Definitely.
So that's how you're woken up, and Captain Endy says, "Alrighty, crewmates. Now we're gonna start off the day right. Going to the worst place in existence. Everyone up!" And so she ushers you all up onto the deck.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello. The knock.
Yes, that's me.
I'm aware.
I'm also aware.
I didn't sign up to be woken up with a pot.
It's a cowbell.
What cow can that bell fit on? Or what bell does that... No, I said that right the first time.
I don't see any cows.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
That's a very large cow then.
Yeah. What's it to you? You ever heard of the giants? How do you think they eat a burger? Do you think they get these little tiny little burgers that are sized for you and me, and they eat that? No.
Are we now talking about ye olden time hamburgers?
Yes.
This is called a sandwich, probably.
A Reuben.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just like straight, just like a loaf of bread, just cut. It's like kind of dry.
I don't suppose they
It's
had
a $5 foot long.
Oh no. I don't suppose they had a ye olden time ketchup, huh?
It's just tomato sauce.
I mean, you could squish a tomato on there if you like. We have sledgehammers.
Is this breakfast?
No. You don't get breakfast. You gotta work for your meals.
No, I paid extra. I paid extra.
Yeah, 'cause you were gonna cry.
I haven't cried yet.
Well, I think I had some subjects I wasn't allowed to bring up, like your mom, and then... Oh, oops, I accidentally did it.
Am I around while this is happening?
They're all...
Y'all made it to the deck of
I'm assuming that this conversation's happening as they're headed up to the deck. Yeah.
Okay, so I hear her wailing as
Probably, yeah.
Aster just turns and looks at the direction of the wailing and just shakes her head and just runs her hand exasperated over her face already.
And Captain Endy looks at you and she goes, "That's exactly how I feel." And she just mutters under her breath. So Captain Endy starts showing you around the deck and showing you to the other crew. But
We're just being paraded around.
no, she's going to have you do some various jobs on the ship, and that will determine how the crew favors you. So it'll be like a little bit of like a social interaction type. Yes.
For our audio listeners, our hand was just raised.
I thought you were stretching, and so I couldn't tell. And there was
Yeah.
just this weird thing where it was like,
Yeah. I thought she was stretching too, and then it became very
it's
ambiguous.
like, is this weird interpretive yoga that's happening right now? Or, anyways, continue.
I was gonna ask if Aster can like pull out a fiddle and play, like be the entertainment of the morning.
Sure, she can while
Like-
this is all going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Activate the non-copyrighted fiddle music.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but so there are 4 jobs that she's going to ask to split amongst the 4 of you. And based on how well you perform your jobs, that will influence how the crew thinks and feels about you and how you're treated on the ship during your travel. So there's going to be scrubbing the deck, relaying navigation, part maintenance, and hoisting and manning the sails. Who would like to do what?
I'll scrub the deck.
See, I was gonna say that I would scrub the deck
I'm
because
not
I'm
a-
already crying, so it's free water.
I'm not a strength-based person.
I was about to say, I imagine that hoisting the sails would probably be a strength-based thing.
Yeah.
I will say you get to tell me how you if you can convince me that a modifier would make sense for you to do the thing you're doing, then I'll let you use it. Otherwise, it's a straight D20 roll, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so hoisting, I'm guessing, is pulling stuff,
Hoisting
right?
and-
Yeah.
Strength.
Hoisting and manning the sail. Yeah, you could argue that for strength. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I'm
also-
going to do that.
Oh, I was gonna
Very
say-
good, very good.
For dex, wouldn't that also, or couldn't that also be something related to dexterity in terms of having to, like, having to, if there's wind or whatever, kind of like keeping balance and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be the
also.
manning the sails part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So there's hoisting, swabbing the deck, relaying navigation, and what was the last one?
yeah. Part maintenance.
Part maintenance.
So, part maintenance specifically, Captain Indy's telling you this, obviously. Part maintenance is going to be like oiling the harpoons, making sure that the cannons are like in tip-top shape, stuff like that.
Then Ruinel can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do navigation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hoist the sails.
All right. Cool. Now, Captain Indy will say,
Alrighty, now we're getting ready for takeoff. Let's get those sails going.
and so, why don't you go ahead and make me a check?
Could I actually activate magnitude right before we do this?
Sure.
I'd be going magnitude. I'll do magnitude 2. So I'm going to do my little roll. Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Hey, first of the day.
Oh, wow, there he goes. Look at him go.
Shirt
Yeah,
rips.
his shirt ribs all glowing. Oh,
Where did his shit go?
He goes, "Huh," as he pulls the sail.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, the crew's very impressed by that. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next task. Okay, let's go ahead and do part maintenance. So, Ruinel, how would you like to go about like oiling all of the mechanisms on the ship? So the various cannons and harpoons and gears for turning the masts and things like that.
For the harpoons, just one, making sure that they're sharpened enough and that that they're all straight and sturdy.
Okay.
Which that would pretty much just be, like one, like just straight, just making sure, like just inspecting them, looking them over. Probably just like lightly knocking it against the cannon itself, just to see if the cannon or the harpoon seems to bend. And then for the end of the harpoon, making sure that is it a rope or is it a chain?
Chain.
It's chain. Making sure the chain is just like a quick inspection before I start like oiling everything up, like making sure the chain is like securely in place, that there's no weak links, there's no rusted areas. Are there any rusted areas? Or
Roll for investigation.
18.
Yeah, you don't find any.
Okay. So no rusty links or anything or weak links, and then making sure that they're affixed to the cannon in a secure fashion, and then anything that is in terms of like weaponry, just making sure everything is in tip-top shape, ready to if it's a weapon that needs to kill. Are there like actual cannons with cannonballs as well?
Yeah.
Okay, then just
So there's 2, one on each side.
then just
Starboard
making
and
sure that that the cannon itself, there's no cracks on it, on the metal, and then also making sure that the supports are firmly in place, making sure that when it fires, it's not gonna actually fire back and kill someone.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for that too, or?
No, I was just gonna say after what check would you like to use?
Oh,
Like what modifier would you like to use?
I feel like that would probably be Intimidation. Kidding.
Intimidate the cannons to
Yes.
fire, right?
Yeah. So it's I'm rolling to actually fix what needs to be fixed.
You're just rolling to see how good of a job you do.
Okay. Then
And as we know, Ruinel used to work with ships, so we'll say
Yes.
that on this roll you have advantage.
yeah. Well, I don't. There's no engineering thing. I'm kidding.
Do you have any dexterity modifiers that are higher than others, like any sleight of hand or anything like that?
So I have acrobatics, which is a +1. And I have sleight of hand, which is also sleight of hand and stealth.
Okay, I think that sleight of hand would work if you want to use sleight of hand.
Yeah, in case like something tips over or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sleight of hand, go ahead and roll.
10 + 1.
10 plus 1. Okay, and you have advantage. Go ahead.
16.
16? Yeah, that'll work. So they're very impressed. Not quite as impressed as they were with Irret whenever he just pulled on the rigging and the sails just opened instantly.
They wouldn't know good shipping if it hit them.
They saw it. But yeah, so still a very good job, and you can tell that the crew is very impressed by your performance. So we'll go ahead and move on to relaying navigation. So this boat you would assume, I guess, based on asking that if it went to the Isles of Exile or not, and they said yes, it does fly, and it flies because part of the crew is actually air elementals that lift it. So part of the job of the navigator is to make sure that the air elementals know what's going on, and in order for that to happen, they have to have someone relay where they are via compass and stuff to the air elementals to tell them which direction to push and to make sure that they're flying well. So why doesn't Hope go ahead and give us a roll for that? How would she be doing it, and how would she be using charisma? Talk us through it.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a higher charisma roll. Let me see, charisma. Yes, charisma is my highest. It's a +3.
Okay.
But I think we need to figure out, first of all, do I actually know how to use the compasses?
You're not the one navigating. Basically, the navigator is going to call out to you,
and then
you call out to the crew to let them know how to guide the ship.
Okay, we are 4 degrees left and 8 degrees right. We need to go up to the starboard side. Go.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got a 9.
9 plus 3, or is that a...
+3 is 12.
Okay, is that... So are you using straight charisma, or is there a specific one that you have higher on that you would like to use instead? If you can pitch it to me, and I agree, then we'll go with it.
I mean, I don't know.
You could use
this is
like
straight.
persuasion, performance, anything like that that's charisma based that you may
hold
have
on
a higher
second.
than...
I need to find my... Okay.
Because a 12's not bad. 12's pretty good. It's above average.
Well, that's a saving.
However...
That's a saving throw.
That's
Perception, persuasion. I have persuasion and deception, and both are +5.
Okay, yeah, if you want to... So we'll count it as persuasion, so that would be a 14 instead of a
14,
12.
yeah.
Yeah, so very good. Not quite as good as some of the others, but still, they're pretty impressed, because they can tell that, you maybe don't have enough ship experience. They can tell that Irret's just kind of ripped, and so that just kind of worked out in his favor. But they're still very impressed by your performance. So let's go ahead and move on to scrubbing the deck.
So Aster volunteered to swap the deck. She kind of wanted to, I guess, dual, ability today. So she's doing that, but she also wants to make sure that everybody is in high spirits. And, as a bard, that's kind of also her shtick. So while she's, swapping the deck, she's also going to be humming and then eventually just kind of start singing out loud, hoping nobody minds. But because she was, fiddling this morning and nobody seemed to have any issues with it. So she's kind of just assumed that music is an okay thing. So I'm going to, I guess, for swapping the deck, that would also be performance.
Sure.
So would you also like me to roll for the singing performance as well, or do you want me to do 2 performance rolls?
So I would say that swapping the deck, you could argue that it's either a charisma, looks like performance, or a dexterity thing. But yeah, we can go performance. I would like you to make 2 rolls, though.
Okay. Cool.
Is she swabbing the deck, or is she painting the deck?
Swab.
Because I was thinking fun because you have all the paints in your.
I do, but nobody needs to know that. Nobody needs to know that, Hope.
The captain comes back to like a
I don't know that
rainbow-colored ship.
Hey, I would. If she wanted a little bit of a revamp, I would, but she doesn't know that. Nope. Nobody knows this. Y'all don't know this.
Yeah,
Nobody
sure.
knows this
only
in
the
character.
Players know that. Only
Even
the characters
yeah,
don't.
Like characters don't know that. Okay, so I do have expertise in performance.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's gonna be. Ooh, she needed that. 13. So I would like to have a 13 for the swabbing of the deck.
Okay, and that is a 13 with your modifier.
No,
added?
that was a 4, then plus my mod.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's.
It wasn't a nat 1 though.
It was not a nat 1.
It was not.
What is it 2?
No, it was a 4.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was a 4.
I can't do math very
I
well.
rolled a 4. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Okay, so that's my swabbing of the deck is a
Okay.
13. So she's just kind of a mid cleaner. And then 17 for her vocal performance check.
Okay, so pretty good.
And what does that sound like?
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, did down, oh, bow, my bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Nice. I can't sing. I think it was still pretty good.
at that point.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a pretty good performance overall from everyone on their checks. So I'm going to go ahead and average those. So we had a 14, 13, a 16.
And a nat 20.
And
Yeah,
that 20, that
20.
equaled up to 25 after everything was all said and done.
That's right. It is a 25. You're correct.
I bumped our averages up.
So you averaged as a party 17. So that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So you can tell that like generally the crew is very satisfied with your performance.
Here it just starts hitting the bodybuilder poses.
Just
Like Johnny Bravo.
Oh my god. I've been thinking this whole time that you're just Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
as you're doing all your jobs, I'm going to go ahead and give you a chance to kind of just walk around the ship, do whatever you would like to do. We also do have some wares and things that will be available for sale. Yeah, you're welcome to shop, walk around the ship, interact with each other, interact with crew members, whatever you want to do.
Hope is a little bit baffled because she checked the ship up and down and couldn't find anything, and now all of a sudden there's wares, so she's interested in what they have and where they were hidden.
Magic.
It's like Resident Evil. What are you buying?
What are you buying?
And it never tells.
So Hope is looking for parchments, inks, stuff like that.
Okay. Are you looking for like a bottle of ink?
Anything that I can use to make totally legal documents.
So Captain Indy's like,
Ruffling.
yeah, ruffling through a bunch of stuff, crates and things.
I have this.
And so she sets out a 1 ounce bottle of ink. She goes,
4 gold pieces.
and she keeps rummaging. And she pulls out like a little pin case, and she cracks it open. It's a pin.
1 copper piece.
And then she keeps.
I'm guessing there's
rummaging.
nothing special about this pen since it's 1 copper.
Nope, just a pen.
And she goes and she runs off. And you having been on the ship for a while, I don't know if you would have.
I swiped the pen.
It's you swipe the pin. Okay. Roll sleight of hand because there are other crew around. Just because Captain Indy's not there, doesn't mean that other crew's not gonna notice you.
Oh no.
+5. It's a 16.
Okay, yeah. So you get it. No one notices. She may notice when she comes back. I'll have her roll insight or perception. Sorry, but yeah, she doesn't notice right this second. So she comes back, and you know that she's like,
Found some paper.
and it's definitely just toilet paper that she's gonna try and sell to you. She's like,
1 silver.
and she's got like just a stack of it.
This is not the kind of paper I was looking for. So no thank you. But I'll take the ink. You said 3 gold?
Yes. I'll make you a deal. 3 gold and 5 copper for the ink, the pen, and the paper.
I don't want the paper. I just want the ink.
It's a bundle deal.
No, thank you.
It hasn't been used.
I was gonna say, aren't you supposed to be using that paper for something else?
Doesn't matter. Paper's paper.
I cannot use this paper for what I intend it to be used for.
I can. I need to go to the bathroom.
That's great, Mitchell.
Okay, and so she's looking around because she's pulling out the bottle of ink that she had set out, and she's gonna go ahead and look for the pen. Let's see.
Must have misplaced it.
So she doesn't know that she stole it. She just thinks that she set it somewhere. But yeah, so she agrees to your price of 3 gold for the bottle of ink.
Do you have anything else magical?
And then so she like flips open another chest and starts rummaging through it. And
Where were all these chests? Do they all fit in the rum barrels?
Captain Indy never tells.
yeah, so she's got a set of bracers, as far as magical items, a set of bracers and a set of manacles. So there's an item called the bipartisan bracers. Do you want me to go ahead and read what it does?
Yes.
So if an attack matches your armor class, you have to 50% shot at taking no damage. You roll a d20. If it's evens, you succeed and you don't take any damage from the attack. And if it's odds, you fail and you take the normal damage you would take.
That's
And then,
so cool.
right? I thought that was fun.
I need that.
So those are called the bipartisan bracers. And then there's a set of manacles. And they're magical manacles that once put on don't unlock for 10 hours, but grant the user advantage on Arcana checks while bound. So you have the restrained condition, but you get advantage on Arcana rolls. So let's say, specifically if you were trying to train something, like Irret can train his magnitude ability. Let's say one of you had a magical ability that you were trying to train. That might be something useful in that case.
This all sounds really expensive. Do you have something religious, like a religious text? We're trying to talk to the gods.
And she rummages around.
Not really a religious bunch. Hold on, let me check the reserves.
And so she actually just jumps in the crate and then closes it down on top of her. And the crate just like starts rattling and shaking all around. And then she goes,
Nope, not really a religious bunch. I'm sorry.
We'll have to do more research.
How big is that chest?
Yeah, that's all right. You want to come in?
Yes.
Not
All
really.
right.
and so are you jumping in?
Yeah.
You jump in and it's like a house.
Oscar the
This
Grouch.
place is sick.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. It's my summer vacation home.
It's very lovely in here.
Thank you.
That's actually really sorry.
You can get out if you'd like.
She's
And
like,
if you'd like, I mean, please leave my house.
Oh, okay.
It was nice
Yeah,
having
then-
you for a visit. Here's a cookie.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for visiting.
And then Irret's gonna hop back out of the chest.
Cool.
Like
Andy
with a
does the
whole
same
like,
and
cookie
closes
in
it.
hand.
Yeah.
Where'd you get a cookie?
I'm not telling you.
and she
I'm
didn't
not
offer us.
telling you.
She didn't offer us breakfast, but she offered you a cookie.
Yeah, I'm
No.
starving.
Then Irret like slides the cookie into the pocket that he doesn't have.
In the pocket that he doesn't have.
He just continues to hold the cookie, but like hides it as if he's putting it in his pocket.
No. We're sharing the cookie. This is a communist, not communist friendship, not friendship ship.
How big is the cookie?
Says the narc.
It's like a pretty good size. It's like
Like a
I'm trying to
crumble
think
cookie?
of like I've never been to Crumble. Yeah, it's about that big, but it's kind of flat. It's one of like it's like a soft
yeah,
chocolate
it's
chip
not like
cookie.
that.
For
tall.
our audio listeners, that big is about 5 or 6 inches.
And radius or diameter?
That's about 4
diameter.
This is
Yeah,
a
a
4.
4-inch diameter cookie.
Because this is like 3. So it's like 6.
Oh, what kind of cookie is
It's a chocolate chip.
I don't know why I said that in character. It's a chocolate chip cookie.
it? All right, Irret will attempt to split it in half.
All right, yeah. You don't have to roll for that.
All right, I wasn't sure.
It's a soft cookie, so it's not like hard.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, so he rips it in half.
The chocolate chips are kind of like nice and like gooey. Yeah.
It's fresh. You just made it.
He then turns. When did you have time to make the cookies?
I just I don't know. I just love to bake at night. You know, I just go in my little house box and I bake, and then I have little treats for myself.
Irrit then like takes a bite out of one half.
Is he,
I imagine it's delicious.
Oh yeah, it's the best cookie you've ever had in your life.
is he,
Oh my
is he
God.
really eating this in front of us? We're starving.
Oh, that reminds me, it's time for lunch.
And so
We didn't have breakfast. Oh, whatever.
Captain,
It's brunch. I don't know.
and so Captain Indy runs and she brings out just this giant pot, and she goes, "Here's the stew." And you look, and it's just rice. It's
you
not
kidding?
even. There's not. It's not even like a proper stew. There's no water.
There's
There's
no
no like
broth.
liquid texture to it. No broth or anything. It's just rice.
Are you kidding?
No, it's pretty good. Look.
And so she like takes and makes like a little bowl, and you can tell like it looks like it's pretty good rice. Like it's just rice, but it's pretty good rice.
Irrit kind of looks over. He's like, okay, you guys have food, and then this eats the whole cookie.
All
It
right.
was really good, guys.
What
it
happened?
was really good.
What happened to sharing is caring.
Did you want a cookie?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
And so she jumps back in the box, and it just rattles around the deck again. She comes out, and she has like a plate of cookies, and there's 4 of them.
Dibs.
I grabbed 2.
That's
grabs
communist. Oh, I take one.
Cool. And then she goes back inside, and she reappears. She doesn't have her plate anymore of cookies, and then she locks it, the chest, and then she has like a little like satchel, and she just puts it in her satchel, like the whole crate.
No wonder I couldn't find it. It's
Irrit-
on her persons.
Irrit looks over at the captain and goes, I would kill for you.
Appreciate that. All right.
Gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, do so. Let's go. Lunchtime.
And so she starts serving bowls of rice to everyone on the crew.
All right.
So Hope takes her cookies and she puts them in her bag and then grabs a bowl of rice.
Nice.
Irrit goes, you should eat one while it's still warm. Those
That's,
cookies. Oh my golly, they were good.
Okay, I take
that's
Is he
true.
all
They're
right?
very good.
I
Freshly
take-
baked.
I take out one of the cookies and I break it in half and I eat one half and then offer the other half to Aster. Cookie?
Oh,
It's chocolate chip.
thank you.
There's also rice. And then I run away.
That was very nice of her. And she just nibbles on it. Oh my God, this is amazing. And she just, continues on with her sketchbook. She's not super hungry, but, if somebody happens to come around and offers her some rice, she will take it and eat. But she's kind of just in her own little world right now.
Gotcha.
Hope also has not handed over the 3 gold
3 gold.
for the ink.
I thought you did. She didn't give it to you if you didn't hand it over.
Well, it was never explicitly said, and so I was just like,
Okay, well, yeah, so we'll assume that she still has it unless you hand over the 3 gold.
Okay, I give her the gold.
Okay, and then she hands you the bottle of ink. And it's only an ounce, but like an ounce in terms of ink for a pen that you stole should last you a while.
You write your whole life story.
Permanently borrowed.
Permanently borrowed, yeah. It's on loan from the library of Endy W. Everyone go ahead and roll me a perception check.
An 18 plus 1, 19.
8 plus 1, 9.
8.
19.
Okay, so the 219. So Irrit and Aster, you would hear the sounds of wings beating, and they sound pretty large.
Captain, I hear wings.
Oh,
They sound pretty loud.
okay. We're in the air. Everything's kind of loud in the air. There's a bunch of wind.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. Report back. Let me know what you find.
Gotcha.
Aster is gonna go with Irrit, so she's like shoved her sketchbook, and she calls out to you, "Hey, wait, I'm gonna go with you because I heard that too."
Okay.
All right.
So where are you gonna go about like looking for whatever the sound is?
I figured just kind of go to the top of the deck. What?
You're on the deck. You're on the deck. Yeah.
On the deck.
Is there like a scout's nest on the
Eagle's
ship?
nest?
Yeah, you could. So there's the 3 masts on the ship. There's a mizzen mast in the very back, a main mast in the middle. That's the tallest. That's 150 feet tall. and then you have your foremast, which is the one in the very front that's 100 feet. So yeah, your highest vantage point would be the main mast.
It could. I would like Irrit to scurry up the large mast.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity check.
Dexterity, just raw check or saving throw?
Just a straight check.
16.
Yeah, you make it up the ladder. Fine.
Cool.
It's a high thing, so if you slipped, you want to make sure that you didn't slip or anything.
Before I go scurry up to one of the nests, I'm just gonna, since I'm at the bow of the ship already, I'm just gonna kind of peek over just to make sure it's not something I hear under us before I go up.
You don't see anything under the ship, right?
Okay. You said there was one at the back of the ship? There's a nest at the back of the ship, or?
The main mast is the highest vantage point, but
Yeah.
at the top of each mast, there's one.
Okay.
So the highest one is 150 feet, 100.
Was that
Yeah.
starboard? Starboard, is that the back?
No, so starboard
No.
is the right side of the ship. Port is the left side of the ship.
I
And
didn't
then
take ship class in college.
You have
You're not a seafarer.
the bow
No.
of the ship is in the front, and
Yeah.
then the stern is in the back.
Stern, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was at the bow. I'm going to run to the stern, and then I'm going to make my way up to the nest on that side.
Okay, so at the top of the mizzenmast is where Aster is going, and then Irrit's climbing up the main mast.
Yes.
Did you need me to roll to get up?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check to make sure you get up.
5.
Okay, so
I struggle to get up there, but I get up there eventually.
Aster, yeah, I'll start with Irrit. You for sure see it. There's a wyvern making its way towards the ship.
Oh my god. Okay, Irrit's gonna very
Fast as well.
as fast as irritly possible. He's going to go run back down to tell the captain what he just saw.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity check, and this is just to make sure that you get back down before
I was like, do you want to just call
the
down?
before the wyvern gets to the boat.
Another nat 20.
Nice!
Let's go, baby!
Okay, so describe how you get back down. So keep in mind it's the mast. So there's ropes if you wanted to like ride down the rope. If you wanted to do like one of those moves where you grab onto the side of the ladder and slide down, like holding on one hand, like whatever you want to do. This is your moment. This is a nat 20. How you doing?
All right, so Irrit is going to kind of look around the mast, see a rope that doesn't look like if he slid down it would really mess anything up. And so he puts one hand on the rope, hops to where he's like standing on the side of the mast, and just leaps as far toward the to where the captain just was, as far as he can with that rope, and loosens his grip just enough to like slide down. And then whenever he gets even really close to the bottom, he kind of yanks at it one more big time to negate any what would be, I guess, fall damage, and does a little backflip and sticks to the landing.
Nice. Okay, epic.
Nice.
And then proceeds to continue running toward the captain.
Okay.
Captain!
What is it?
There's a wyvern!
Wait.
Where?
You would know that it was on the starboard side.
Starboard side.
All right.
She runs over to the side. Sure enough, there it is. And so Aster's like, this is happening while Aster's trying to like climb up. She like slipped a little bit and like fell on her butt. Then she didn't make it far enough to like hurt herself or anything. So everyone go ahead and roll initiative, please.
And that's a 17
It's a 17 plus 2.
for hope. 17 for hope.
Okay, so 17 for Hope, a 19
Ooh.
for
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Irrit. Okay, Irrit's at a 19. Hope's at a 17. Ruinell's at a 20.
21. Because plus 1 to initiative.
Okay, Aster.
11.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the Wyvern and Captain Endy. Okay, what's your Dex modifier, Ruinell?
Plus 1.
Okay, the Wyvern rolled also a nat 20, but it has a Dex of plus 0, so you'll go before the Wyvern does.
Yay.
Okay, so Captain Endy is at the end of initiative with that.
L.
Yeah, it's an L for you guys because she's quite a few levels higher than you guys.
The brakes.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
We're going to start at the top of initiative with Ruinel. So this wyvern is headed towards the ship. At a fast rate, it's within range of the ship. As you would know at this point, the deck of the ship is about 100 feet one way and 85 feet the other way. So from port to starboard side, it's 85 feet. And then from the stern to the bow of the ship, it is 100 feet. It's that direction of the main deck is 100 feet. So front to back. So where are you all currently? Tell me like where you are on the deck. I know Irret had just climbed down, correct?
Yeah, Irret would be pretty close to the captain, wherever the captain Indy is.
I feel like Ruinel would have been towards the stern, probably just like. Are there any armaments near the stern that?
No, the armaments are mostly in the middle of the deck, and then it has the harpoons are on the bow of the ship.
Okay. I feel like she
Or
probably
in
would
that
have been like with the armaments because that's
Okay.
why she didn't initially see them.
Okay.
Wait, what side was the? It's on port, right?
I believe
Starboard.
it was on starboard side.
Starboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she would have been on. She would be on port side.
Okay. Would you say more toward? You said with the armaments.
Yeah.
Where would Hope be during all this?
Well, I would assume that because I've been helping with navigation, that I'm near the center of the ship.
Okay. And then Aster is at the mizzen mast in the stern. Yeah. Ruinel, it's your turn to start.
All right.
So when it comes to the ship, you would know obviously the dimensions that we just discussed. There are also catwalks on either side that you can run out on. So kind of like a plank, except a plank that has connections around it on both sides, port and starboard side. And then also there are ropes hanging from the foremast and the mainmast that you can swing from. And the ropes are as tall as the mast that it's attached to. So the foremast has a 100-foot tall rope, and the main mast has a 150-foot tall rope. So you can, if you need to be able to get into the air, you would know that you'd be able to somehow use them probably to like hoist yourself into the air by swinging or some other form.
So I wanted to see if I could just time myself and then work on getting up into the air without having to constantly re-roll for like just for holding.
Okay, so you want to tie yourself to
Yes.
one of the ropes. Do you want to do the foremast or the mainmast?
Actually, another quick question.
What's up?
Can these armaments, if we fire them, like because we have harpoons, we have cannons,
Yeah.
can these reach the wyvern?
Currently, no, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, actually, the cannons probably would be able to, and I guess the harpoons probably would be able to as well. You would just have to turn them, which would take time.
Okay.
But the crew can assist you with that.
Okay.
So in a turn, you can probably aim and fire,
Right.
but it would probably cost you both your bonus action and your action.
I need all of you lot to start aiming these harpoons.
Okay.
While the lads are hopefully getting their stuff together, I'm going to go ahead and tie myself to the main mast.
Okay. So are you helping them get the harpoons in place or no?
As they're actually, I do have a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll help with one of the with like at least like one of the harpoons,
Okay.
and then I'll go ahead and and I'll have Ruinel then go and tie herself.
So I believe a help action such as that would take the full action. So what's basically gonna happen? So whenever you use your action, that'll take your whole action, but you'll give the ship advantage on its roll. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the ship enter initiative as a separate entity, and it will enter after your initiative. So it'll basically take its turn after you.
Okay, then that's fine. And then I'll just go ahead and help get everything set up for the fight.
So
And I'll use that as my roll. Do you want to roll for that?
yeah. So go ahead and roll me 2 d20s with advantage.
I got a 5 on one of them. I got a 4 on the other one.
Okay, yeah. So you're not gonna be aimed well enough to hit. So that's your action for this turn.
I guess just move Ruinel towards the center or the main mast.
Okay. So you're about 25 feet away. Do you want to go ahead and use your full? You have a 30-foot movement.
Yes.
Do you want to go ahead and use your full movement to get to the main mast?
Yes.
Okay. So Ruinel is now at the mast. Ruinel, is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
if she is close enough, then can I go ahead and do that then and tie myself?
Yeah, so you use your action and your movement. We'll go and say it's a bonus action. So, like, tying yourself to the rope so that you can swing, we'll give it to you as a bonus action.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna go and use that as your bonus action.
Okay. Are there any modifiers?
No, just a sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Oh, Lord have buttery.
Ooh, 19 plus 1 dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you're secure. You feel good about your rope. So next turn you'll be able to go ahead and get into the air.
Yay.
So the ship basically is going to move with Ruinel's turn so far. However, if there's someone else that would like to influence the ship in any sort of way in the crew, we'll also let that happen at that point.
Because
there's-
we scored so good earlier.
Yes, that you do have good influence with the crew. Next in initiative is the Wyvern's turn, and it's going to go ahead and use its movement to go ahead and get into range of the ship. And he's going to go ahead and make an attack at the ship, targeting the starboard cannon. And he's going to try to bite it. He bites it, but does not make any pierce through it. So he's going to take back off into the sky, and that is where the Wyvern will end its turn. So next up in initiative would be Irret with a 19.
I would like to use my bonus action to activate Magnitude 1.
Okay.
Here it gains a very light blue aura. I
Okay.
had to think about it for a second, sorry. Not that the color is light blue, but like it is a light aura.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to try to grab onto the rope to see if I could hold onto the rope and then swing myself to give it a good old sock in the face.
So you're going to go ahead and attach yourself to the mainmast, or hold on to the mainmast?
Yes.
Go ahead and, so you're not tying yourself to it?
No.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a acrobatics or athletics check.
I'd like to make it an athletics check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Solid. 12 plus 7, 19.
19, okay. You've got a good grip on it, and you can get swinging up into the air, and you said you're going to try and swing to punch it?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Does a 11 plus 7, does a 18 hit?
Yes, an 18 will hit.
Awesome.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Also, because I am a Ascendant Dragon, I would like my unarmed strike damage to be, say, have it be fire.
Fire, okay,
Yes.
noted.
10 damage.
Got it.
And I've already used my bonus action in my action, and I used my movement to grab onto the rope, so
Yeah.
that is all I can do for the moment.
Next up in initiative will be Hope.
Can I see everybody?
From where you are, no. Aster is near the stern of the ship, so she's out of eye line because the main mast is blocking what her position is. But you can see that Ruinel and Irret are, well, Irret's currently in the air or swinging in the air, and Ruinel is getting attached to the main mast.
Can I move in such a way that I can see all three of them?
Yes.
Okay, I want to do that, and I want to cast Bless
Okay.
on all three of them. So you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. The range is 30 feet, so if they're within 30 feet. Whenever the target makes an attack roll or a saving throw, then they roll a d4 and add it to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay. Do you want to move? So you can move to either side of the main mast to try and make this happen. Do you want to move towards starboard side, which is where the Wyvern is, or port side?
Starboard side where the Wyvern is.
Okay.
May the gods be with you.
Okay, is that for like indefinitely, or is that for how long? What's the duration? Or
Up to a
Is-
minute, concentration.
cool. Okay. What else would you like to do? So you've used all of your movement and your main action. Do you have any bonus actions that you would like to do, or was Blessed bonus action?
No, it's an action.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure.
I don't have any bonus actions right this minute.
Okay. So that is Hope's turn, correct?
Oh, wait, hold on. I do have a bonus action.
Okay, what's up?
Spiritual weapon. You create a floating spectral sword within range. Is the Wyvern within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to cast spiritual weapon and try to hit the Wyvern.
Okay.
Create a spectral floating weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until you cast this spell again. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus the spell modifier.
Okay.
And then I do like an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
Casting ability, that's +3, so it's a 22.
So what's your damage?
A 1.
A 1?
Yeah,
Is that...
so it's a 1d8, right?
Yeah, plus... it should be 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So it's...
Wisdom +3.
Okay, so you're... Yeah, so 1 plus 3, so it'll be 4 points of damage. Okay, and so that is Hope's turn. Aster, it is now your turn.
You said the wyvern is within 60 feet?
It was within Hope. You're a little bit farther away because, remember, you're on the stern of the ship. But you could move within range of 60 feet.
Okay. Yes, I am going to move within 60 feet.
Okay.
DM, can I hold my action?
Yeah, you can hold it. But you would like to go ahead and finish moving.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get within range. So, I mean, I'm basically at the edge of starboard side now.
Yeah, you're within 10 feet of the edge of starboard. After that, it would be Captain Indy's turn, who was right next to the mainmast where Irret was, because they had talked whenever Irret had noticed the wyvern and he had alerted her. So, okay, so Captain Indy is going to go ahead and move a little bit closer to starboard side and is going to cast Magic Missile. Going to cast it at just first level. So 1d4 plus 1 and is going to use all 3 darts of Magic Missile on the wyvern. And so that is a 4, a 2 for the second, a 3. So Captain Indy does 9 damage with Magic Missile towards the wyvern. So y'all are making some good headway. Captain Indy's going to go ahead and call out to the crew and say,
Hey, I'm at the wyvern!
that will end her turn, and it will be Ruinel's turn.
In order to actually start, do I have to climb up the mast first and then just like?
We'll say
drop,
that
or-
you can just use your movement to run in one direction, and then once the tension hits, you'll be able to swing the other way.
Okay. So then, I guess I'll do that,
Okay.
and then I'll start swinging,
Okay.
and then do I have to keep swinging until I get high enough to attack the wyvern, or what?
Yeah, we'll say that you can get up to that high
Okay.
in one turn.
Then I would like to try and hit the wyvern with my short swords.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. I rolled a 15 to hit with +3, so I got an 18 for my attack.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and now I'm going to roll for my damage. I rolled a 5 + 1, so 6 damage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my bonus action to roll or to try and attack with my second sword.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got a nat 1.
Okay.
Dang it.
Yeah. No, so you whiff bad. Okay? So you rolled a 1. I'm gonna say you slash the rope midair that you're on.
What?
He goes flying.
I'm going to set a timer for 20 seconds. You're gonna roll a d20. If you get a nat 20 within 20 seconds, someone will save you, or you'll be able to grab onto the rope.
A nat 20.
You have to get a nat 20 within 20 seconds.
That is not fair.
How many dice can you roll at once?
One at a time. Okay, so
That is not fair.
I'm getting my timer ready. Okay. And are we ready? And 3, 2, 1, go.
8. 19. 11. 2.
10 seconds.
18. 18. 5. 4. 8.
4 seconds. 3,
17.
2,
1.
1.
1.
That's it.
Oh,
Okay, so Ruinel, you are now free falling.
Well,
Cause I'm free.
Well, I zoomed
Now, this is not it.
falling.
You will have a chance to request help on your next turn, and also your teammates can help you. but now like you've officially like in your turn, there's nothing left in your turn you can do to try and recover. The wyvern does have a reaction to being hit by a melee attack, and it's gonna use it, which will help you a little bit, but not much.
But I get beaten back.
So the wyvern can, upon taking a melee attack, it will tuck its body together to form like a cannonball with its wings, and you have to make a DC 16 dexterity save or you'll be stunned.
All right.
Mid-air, free falling. So make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Got a 9 plus 1, so a 10.
Okay, so yeah, so you're not only are you free falling, you're stunned. The wyvern now, whenever that happens, it hits Ruinel, kind of stuns her, right? So she's flying through the air, probably ragdolling a little bit right now. And the wyvern now lands on the deck of the ship in the middle, and it can't move until its next turn, which is coming up. Now, the ship does act as part of your turn. Is there anything you would like the ship to do as far as the harpoons or the cannons or anything like that? Like it acts right after you. So that was a reaction. So that happened during your turn. But is there anything that you'd like the ship to do or to call out to the ship as you're being knocked unconscious?
So I'm guessing they're not aimed at the wyvern anymore, or
no, they would be. They were aimed at where the wyvern was, but now that it's in the middle, the armaments are on the outside.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could try and get the forces of the ship to attack.
Can I get at least just the men to start swinging
Yes,
swords
yeah.
at it?
You can't get the stuff to turn all the way around, but you can go ahead and call for that.
Right. Let's hit the thing. Hit the.
Yeah. So this can't happen after you get hit. So we'll say that this is happening as
I'm free falling.
Before. We'll say this happens during your turn before you got knocked by the wyvern. Mm-hmm. So you're calling out for them to hit, and then obviously they'll just realize that it's on the deck. They should go try to stab it. So we're gonna say that 3 of them hear you. Okay, 2 of them hit, so that's 1d6 plus 1 slashing damage with a blade. So that is 12 slashing damage. So the wyvern takes 12 slashing damage from you calling out to the crew. So next in initiative would be the wyvern, and it's going to go ahead and uncover itself.
But I thought the wyvern already went.
It used a reaction, so that's outside of its normal action, outside of its normal turn. The wyvern is going to go ahead and stay on the ship right this second, but he is going to try and bite at, I guess Irret would be the closest, because Irret's attached to, or not attached, but holding on to the center, the mainmast rope. And so, Irret, what's your AC?
It is currently 14.
Okay, yeah, so he does not bite you. So he just whiffs again. So he's going to take his movement and he is going to go back up into the sky straight up.
Would I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, yeah, you would.
Sorted. I roll a natural 18 plus 7.
That hits. Okay, go and roll your damage.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 plus 5, so 8 damage.
So, okay, 8 damage. Next up in initiative would be Irret on your turn.
So he flew back up?
Yeah, he's straight above you.
Could I pull myself up on the rope again? Or could I attempt to, scurry up the ladder?
Yeah.
And then jump off and, try to hit him? Or just, stay on the ladder and try to punch him?
Yes, we'll say that, because you were operating the rigging, right? So earlier, and you did such a good job that I'll say you're pretty familiar with how it works. So you would know where the weights are and how the counterweights and how to, hoist yourself into the air vertically with the ropes. Cool, if you would like to launch up.
Yes.
Okay.
So Irret's gonna kind of look up at the dragon and then, using the ropes, launch himself up and try to fist of fury that man.
Okay.
So my first unarmed strike, I'm going to... this time, what color is the wyvern?
The wyvern is gray.
The wyvern is gray?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my unarmed strikes, and I'm going to make them icy this time.
Okay.
All right, so the first one I got a natural 1.
Okay, so you whiff, you miss.
I whiffed the first one.
Yeah.
And then I would like to use one of my key points to activate Flurry of Blows, allowing me to make 2 more unarmed strikes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So we'll say maybe that like you're launching yourself into the air and you think you're close enough to hit, but maybe you're just not quite there yet. Wait, it was a nat 1 though?
Yeah.
I gave Ruinell a really bad thing for a nat 1 just a few seconds ago. I'm going to say that you punch yourself in the face. And so go ahead and roll that damage.
10 damage.
Take 10 damage.
10 damage to myself.
Ouch.
Okay.
How strong are you?
I'm pretty darn strong. Anyway, the second roll to the first of the 2 unarmed strikes from Flurry of Blows rolled a natural 18 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Solid. Then I'm going to roll damage. Got 3 plus 4 plus 5. 12.
Okay.
And then for the second of these Flurry of Blows, I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I
That's
believe,
a crit, right?
yeah, I think this is our first critical hit
I think so.
of the
How would you
podcast.
like me to do it?
So I'm gonna let you say however you like what you do, but I will say that
Like damage-wise.
damage-wise, roll your damage and then you get 1 full damage dice. So not your additional bonuses, but so what is it? A 1d,
D4.
a d4. Yes, you'll get a full extra 4 and roll your d4 plus your modifier.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 d4s for my damage.
Do you roll 2d4
Yeah.
initially?
Yes.
Okay,
because
so
of
2d4,
magnitude, I get the plus
2d4.
1d4.
So then 8. You get an extra 8 damage.
Okay. My rolling of my 2d4s is a 4 and a 2. So 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 8. That's 19 damage.
19 damage. Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, well, you got a crit. Do you want to describe how?
So,
Because Irrit in this moment has both punched himself in the face and then preceded it with 2 successful hits, one of which is a crit.
okay, so Irrit grabs the ropes, throws himself into the air, kind of Spider-Man-esque. Like,
Okay.
you know, whenever Spider-Man does his little thwips and,
And then
then
he
pulls
like,
himself.
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
catapult.
Yes, it catapults himself. Irrit catapults himself up towards the wyvern, tries to go in for the very first punch, absolutely throws his arm way too hard into the sky to the point where it comes back and punches him in the face.
Yeah. Okay.
Only for then he takes his left hand, and while his left hand starts covering in ice, he hits the wyvern,
Okay.
and then one more time covering his right hand that he just punched himself in the face with more ice, hits this wyvern in the wyvern equivalent of the jugular.
Okay.
That's just a jugular.
Hits him in the jugular.
So whenever you do that, whenever you hit that, you make that critical hit, actually you pierce through the scales. And so you can see it begins to drip a bit of blood as well.
So like
pretty
the
metal.
ice
The
creeps
ice,
into
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so that's Irrit's turn. Now it is Hope's turn.
And talking to people isn't an action; it's just talking.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a little too, like, if you abuse it, I'm gonna say it's an action. Like, if you're doing too much, right? Because each turn to combat's 6 seconds, but I'm not gonna be too lawyery with it.
Okay, I want to yell at the captain, Endy, and the crew while I'm looking around for ropes and grappling hooks
Okay.
and tell them, ropes and grapples, tie them together and we'll hoist the dragon down.
Okay.
I'm looking around for like ropes and grapples.
Yeah. So roll investigation, and we'll say that this is your. I'll give this to you as a bonus action.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Investigation. 12.
A 12. You find a couple. We'll say you find 3 grappling hooks that already have like rope attached.
Okay, do I need to do persuasion to convince them to toss them on their turn?
Do a performance check to see if you say it loud enough to where they can hear you.
20! Dirty
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, they can hear you. You don't need to persuade them because they also do not want to get killed. So
So on their turn, they're going to grab the grappling hooks with ropes and then hoist the dragon down to...
they will try.
They
Yeah.
will try. Anyway, Hopefully. God's willing. And that's my bonus action. Is the dragon... Well, that would be an action, I think. If it's close enough to the sword... Or to say a sword... I didn't say what my spirit weapon was, so I'm going to model it after my own personal weapon, which is a mace.
Okay.
And is it close enough for me to move it to within 5 feet and hit it again?
How many feet can you move it in one turn?
20.
No, not quite.
Okay. Well, then I will cast Sacred Flame. It's a flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range at 60 feet. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover.
Okay, that is a 17. He does save. Is it half damage or is it just a complete
No,
whiff?
it just is a complete whiff.
Okay. Yeah, so the wyvern is able to like dodge out of the way pretty deftly, and your sacred flame misses.
That's it.
Okay. So after Hope is Aster.
Aster is going to attempt to cast Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
You craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube, and that is perceivable only to the target for the duration,
Okay.
which is 1 action. The casting time is 1 action, duration is 1 minute.
Okay.
This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. The phantasm includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli, also evident only to the creature.
Okay.
Target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check, specifically investigation, against my spell save DC. If the check succeeds, the target realizes that the phantasm is an illusion, and the spell ends. While a target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real.
Okay.
So it rationalizes any illogical outcomes for interacting with the phantasm. So a target attempting to walk across a phantasmal bridge that spans a chasm falls once it steps onto the bridge. So basically, it thinks it's real until it interacts with it, I believe, is the understanding. And then each round on my turn, the phantasm can deal 1d6 psych damage to the target if it is in the phantasm's area or within 5 feet of the phantasm, provided that the illusion is of a creature or hazard that could logically deal damage, such as by attacking. The target perceives the damage as a type appropriate to the illusion.
Okay. So what? I have to make a intelligence save, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that is
You have to make an int save.
what's your save DC?
It is, I believe, 13, but let me double check that real quick. Yeah, 13.
Okay, so I have to roll a 16 or higher.
Okay.
7. No, so I fail.
Okay, so the phantasm is going to be a. So you said it's a baby wyvern.
Yes.
This
correct.
is going to be an adult wyvern.
Okay.
So a much larger adult wyvern.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so are you gonna roll to damage?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll your d6?
1.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 psych damage. So with it being an adult wyvern
Yeah.
that it sees in front of them now,
Sure.
would there be a level of intimidation that can go with that? Because it's going to take psych damage
Yeah.
from me
Yeah.
naturally.
I
but-
would say you can go ahead and roll intimidation if that's your goal.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
We're
So-
all
Nat-
convinced.
Nat 20 plus 3, so 23.
We're all so convinced that it's real that we all just hit the deck.
Well, y'all don't see it, so only it sees
okay.
it.
Okay, yeah, so I would roll an opposing, but I would have to get a nat 20, and then even then, the wyvern's charisma is -3. So it wouldn't be able to match.
No riz wyvern.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do with your intimidation check?
So I'm trying to, as this illusionary adult wyvern, I'm trying to intimidate the baby wyvern so it has some fear, so it starts to question whether or not running away is a better idea than staying.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Captain Indy's turn is next. Okay, so after Irrit had landed back on the deck, Captain Indy is going to run up to Irrit and cast Fly. So Fly says you touch a willing creature, the target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. When the spell ends, the target falls if it is still aloft unless it can stop the fall. Would Irrit be a willing creature?
Yes.
Okay, so Captain Indy will cast it and give Irrit a fly speed of 60 feet for up to 10 minutes. It's a concentration spell. So that rolls us back around to the top of initiative with Ruinel, who now would be no longer stunned because the stunned effect from the Wyvern's attack only did... the stunned effect only lasted until the start of your next turn.
And I took no damage, right?
No, not from that.
Okay. So, as we stated in the previous episode, right? Ruinel has a magical prosthetic right arm made out of like leaves and vines and other stuff like that. And with this, she can make her arm into just about any shape that she can imagine. But the more intricate it is, the harder it is. So I am going to roll to have the arm essentially stretch out, and I want to try and grab onto the wyvern. My plan is, so I want to try and like grapple and then pull myself towards it so I can attack it.
Okay, I like it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a roll, and I am going to write down...
D20?
Let's see. Yeah, so I'd say you're about probably 75 feet away.
All right.
So it's gonna be a bit tough because you've got to grow your arm basically out to reach and grapple.
Okay.
So go ahead and make me a check.
Am I doing it with a modifier or?
I would say use I feel like sleight of hand, because it's your hand, your arm, right?
All right.
So go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
All right. Please, God, let this work. Mitchell, may I borrow your dice again since it worked so well last time?
The legendary metallic dice.
Yes, thank you.
He just made a prayer. Can I make a prayer with him?
Oh yeah, didn't you blessed us?
I blessed everybody.
Oh, yeah, you
Everyone
do
gets
have-
a plus 4.
Are you
have
gonna
advantage.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Is it?
you
No, it's a
roll
plus
one of
four.
these along with it?
Yeah.
To an attack
I
or a
get to,
save.
yeah, I get to have a...
Wait, hold on. It's not a save.
You
Oh,
could,
never mind.
yeah,
It's attack
it has to
and-
be an attack
I
or a
thought
save.
Right.
It's
I
attack and
lied.
Let's see.
saves.
Whatever makes an attack roll or.
Oh, that's
Now
not
I
funny,
will
though.
say, because you are intent on attacking, do you want to? Because you're trying to grab it right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and spear through it? Like, do you want to try basically and like use your arm, not only as a
Yes.
grapple, but as to do you intend to try to puncture?
Can I use it as like a claw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to try and like grab, but
Yeah.
like pierce the
Like
scales.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then, yes, I want to try and use it as like a claw.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
then, and then I attack it.
Okay, go ahead.
So do I get that D4 as well, or?
Yes, you will have. I'll go ahead and consider this one and the same. So not only will this roll have to beat my DC check for your ability to make the arm, you will have to beat the AC as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your roll, and
Okay.
bless will count towards this.
Okay, so 9 plus 1 D4, which I get a 2, so an 11.
Oh wait.
Oh wait,
No.
plus 1, so what was it? So 9 plus 2, 11, so 12.
Is he considered proficient with the arm?
I mean, it's my arm.
I will grant you your proficiency bonus with the arm.
Okay,
Plus 2.
so then plus 2, so that'll be 13, 14, or 14 then. Yeah.
A 14 was the DC.
Okay then.
Oh man, we had to pull on all the strings.
I
for
have
that.
this little number right
I'm
here
so
that I was like wincing. I was like, oh no, Ruinel's not gonna be able to pull it off. Okay, but no, Ruinel like succeeds and matches it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I imagine just Ruinel's going, woohoo! As she flies through the air. Okay.
So we're gonna say that that's your action.
Is that a
And you
full
can-
action or?
Yeah, we're gonna say that's your action, and you can go ahead and roll that damage for your arm.
10 plus 4, 14.
Okay, Brunel, what would you like to do
All right.
with your bonus action?
I would like to. So I've already like pulled myself fully to like where I'm like essentially right at it.
Yeah.
Where exactly am I? According to like the wyvern, like am I like near its back? Am I like near its neck? What am I?
You grabbed let's say you grabbed the thigh. Now you do have your movement if you want to move because
Okay.
you're now attached
Yeah.
to the wyvern.
So am I? Do I just like essentially run along it with?
You
the
can,
arm?
yeah.
All right. So I would like to run along the wyvern's back.
Okay.
Or will pulling myself up count as an action or?
No,
Okay.
it's part of
Okay.
what
Not
you were
part of
doing.
movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
An object of motion.
Okay, so I'd like to run along the wyvern's back using my last arm as essentially like an anchoring point.
Okay.
And then once I reach like where the head is, how long is the wyvern so I can? Okay.
Since you're on the thigh, I'll say that you can pretty much get to wherever you want to on the dragon uninhibited.
Okay.
Because as you grab on, like the wyvern starts to slowly like descend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, I would like to move all the way to the head of the
Okay.
dragon, and then take my short sword
Uh-huh.
and then stab it in the eye.
Okay.
Rolling now.
Nat one, isn't it?
Nat one.
You can tell by the face it was a nat one.
Can I help action real quick?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to. So I'm assuming he's like. What is his fail like?
So whenever he goes to like Ruinel, she trips on the back of the wyvern. And so she has like the sword and was ready to make that killing blow into the eye, but she trips, and so she starts to fall as well. So she's just kind of mid-air, like about to fall down.
Wait, hold on a second.
Okay, hit me.
So could Irrit using the wings fly up and hit,
Wings?
like, or not using the fly?
Oh yeah. It's just a spell.
I'd like to imagine their wings are just popped out.
Are you still on magnitude?
Yeah.
We'll say that it
Like
your
aura wings.
The aura just turned into wings.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm
I like
cool
it.
with that, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And so can I use my wings and fly up
yeah.
and then knock the wyvern into the sword?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll.
I rolled a 9 plus 7. That is a 16.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you do? Like you're gonna punch it into the sword. How do you do it?
So I'm going to have the wings kind of go whoosh, and have them fly Irrit into the sky, and then basically Superman into the bottom of the wyvern,
Okay.
and have the force of that throw the wyvern into the sword.
Okay. Awesome. And why don't you make me a dexterity saving throw?
All right. 17 plus 1, 18.
Nice. Okay, so you save. As you knock the wyvern into the blade, the wyvern just kind of tips back, and Ruinel, you just kind of start sliding down the scales of the back with your. It's a rapier, right?
It's a short sword.
Oh, you start sliding down the back of the scales of the wyvern with your short sword, and
not
land
a
on the
lot.
deck.
It's fine.
Hey-ya!
Oh, great. We did it. Yay!
Yay! She was concerned about me crying on the deck. Now there's blood on the deck.
I just washed this.
That was awesome.
So you can see that Captain Indy and her crew immediately go over to the corpse of the wyvern, and they start like looting.
Immediately skinning it.
I would absolutely like to partake in this looting.
I'd like to try to harvest some of the poison. from it.
Investigation, yes, to loot.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 19.
So with a 19, you're able to get some skin. It's a tough reptilian hide that's got the pointy scales on it and can be used to make different armors and things like that.
Irrit goes back into his base form.
Okay.
I would like to try to get some poison.
Okay, go ahead and roll a investigation. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Gosh. That's good. 10.
With the 10, you're able to pull some teeth and claws out. We'll say you're able to get 2 teeth and 1 claw, which you can use to make jewelry and decorations and things, but also you can make them, you can like grind down the teeth and claws to make different potions and things.
Yes.
Do we only get the poison if we get a nat 20 or what?
It is in fact a nat 20.
Okay, I was just curious.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you didn't get anything. You just got some like meat. It's kind of gross.
You got some hey, you're
I
not
put
hungry.
it back down.
Huh?
I said I put it back down. You know what I do? I make my hands fiery and cook it.
Nice.
punch
okay.
it.
Yeah, so you have some cooked wyvern steaks.
I would like to try and get some poison.
Okay, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
I got a 3 plus 1 4.
Nope. Yep. Nothing.
I don't know why I'm
Y'all
getting
are not
such
great
bad
at looting.
rolls.
So, Captain Indy walks up to you all.
Thank you all for your help. I can't believe we would have been in bad shape if you hadn't have seen that baby wyvern here. It wouldn't have been good at all.
Thank you for the flight.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Here it like offers up a high five.
She doesn't go for a high five. She like daps you up. It's like the cleanest roll for dap up actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll say it's a sleight of hand roll.
12.
Yeah, it's a pretty weak dap up. It's just all right. It's slightly above average dap up.
All right.
Can I go? Hold on, and then go magnitude.
Do you want to do it again?
Yes.
Yes, but you are gonna have to take damage for this.
I am fine with that.
Okay.
You know, for the bit, I'm gonna go magnitude 7. For the bit, I might kill myself right here, but that's okay.
Dude, no!
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
I got an 18.
Okay. It's a very very crisp dap up.
Good.
Did you really
Now,
just...
how much damage does Irrit take from choosing to get a crisp dap up?
Did you really just...
73.
Wow.
Wait, for our listeners, 7d3, right? Not 7d3?
7 D3s.
Okay.
Is
Go
he-
ahead and roll.
Is he hurting himself?
13 damage. You want to know how much HP I had left? Exactly 13.
Bro.
So,
Did he just kill himself for a high five?
so Irrit and Captain Indy just hit this crisp dap up. As it happens, like it's like almost it feels like a shockwave a little bit. It's very crisp. So much power goes through it, and Irrit just crumples like a rag doll immediately to the deck.
The blue aura like flames up so much more than you've ever seen before.
It's crazy. And so
Hope casts Spare the Dying.
Did he just kill himself for a high five?
I dropped exactly to 0 HP.
so what
Oh, wait,
does
hold on.
what does that
It
do?
says you touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable.
Okay, yeah. So you can stabilize him, and he'll go back up to 1 HP.
Hashtag worth.
Captain Indy says,
Oh, well, sorry about that, young lad. Sometimes I just don't know my strength.
and so Captain Indy's like cracking her knuckles and like flexing and stuff. Clearly, she thinks that she did that and doesn't realize that Irrit just like basically destroyed his muscles from like working them out so much. At this point, you're getting closer to the Isles of Exile. You'll probably reach there by nightfall. So if there's anything else you would like to do, so this will be like your last chance to shop or anything, now would be a great time to.
Is there somebody on the ship who could turn this hide into armor? Like into...
No.
Okay.
I am gonna go attempt to take as much of a rest as I can.
Okay, so Irrit's going to go back to his quarters.
Yeah, I'll have Ruinel go and to the shop.
Okay.
And how much were the bipartisan bracers again?
Okay, so you're going up to Captain Indy.
Hold on. Captain Indy's wares and chairs. Do you want a chair to go with your braces?
Why would I need a chair?
I don't know. We just sell them.
So she jumps back into her little crate house, and you see it like do the little shaking thing again, where it's just like rattling around, and then she pops out of the box and she says,
"8 gold.
Can I get a discount for having just helped you slay a wyvern?
I suppose. What price was he thinking?
5.
A little bit higher.
6.
A little bit higher.
No, 6.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Please work. 8. Ooh. Oh, no. 13 plus 1, 14.
Okay, so she's going to roll just a straight d20.
Yeah.
3. Yeah. No, she'll.
6 gold sounds fine. Here, hand it over.
All right.
She takes the 6 gold from you and she hands back the bipartisan bracers.
Captain Indy, what else do you got?
What are you looking for?
Do you have any information?
Information about what? Endy W always has information for a price.
Any information about the fall of the House of Tarsus?
And so she disappears back into her little house for a few minutes. She comes back out and she won't look at you.
What's that look on her face?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then she rushes off and she like takes all of her stuff and packs it away and rushes off.
I see how it is.
Is everyone gonna go ahead and turn in
Yeah.
for the evening until?
Yeah, long rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
So
have that anymore.
Do we know the estimated time of arrival?
it'd be in the middle of the night.
Well, like what time is it now?
Like, do we know the estimated time of arrival to the Isles?
That's what I'm saying. It'd be in the middle of the night. You don't know exactly when.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because like we left at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
How long were we traveling before the Wyvern came up on us? Like, was this gonna be a day trip? I'm trying to figure out like, do I want to sleep? Like, is there time to sleep, or am I just gonna go hang out in my room?
There's probably a bit of time to sleep. Yeah.
Okay, like short rest or long rest?
Yeah.
I'd say a long rest. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and call it a short rest.
All right, I'm gonna use all 3 of my hit dice to try to get HP back.
I also have something that can help you with that, friend. I have Song of Rest. So during a short rest, allies regain an extra 1d6 HP when you are using your hit dice. So thematically, if all of us are our quarters are all next to each other, she could just be singing in her room, and it's like you just all hear it like it trickles. So anybody who needs 1d6 HP, attempt to go ahead and do that.
So what is everyone's passive perception?
11.
15.
12.
Oh, passive perception.
Passive perception.
Then 9.
If you're rolling your hit dice, go ahead and do that now for your short rest.
And then roll Song of Rest hit dice. So
Yeah, a
one
1d6.
additional d6.
I rolled really bad, so I now have 17 HP.
17 HP. Okay. While you're taking a short rest, in the middle of your nap, you're woken up with bags over your head afterwards.
What the?
Captain Indy says,
I'm sorry. I did like you lot, but what was it you said, Asta, when we first met? Business recognizes business.
and you're knocked unconscious.
Did I just... Indy, no!
But so that is the end of episode 2. We'll find out what awaits our heroes on the next episode. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Next time.
My head is in a bag.
Oh, wait. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
This episode of Beyond the Gates was brought to you by my car because I drove here.
This episode of Beyond the Gates features Adam Baeza as Ruinel of Tarsus, Mitchell Caldwell as Irret Hardstar, Bryleigh Myers as Astra Laveau, and Chelsea Willis as Hope Brightshadow. This episode was written and edited by Jacob Breaux, produced by Jesse Adkins, with the main theme composed by Stephen Matherne. If you like our show, please share it with a friend and rate us on your listening platform. Our next episode will drop on January 29th, so stay tuned and we'll see you then.
I am Adam. I will be playing as Rowanel.
So uncertain.
I don't know what else.
Sorry.
I didn't think I was going first. I'm sorry.
It's the same order.
It's the same order we did last time.
I know. I forgot.
Some things never change. Okay.
Okay. What? I forget what else. I'm not
Start
supposed
over.
to say. Okay.
Who are you? What is your name?
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right. I'm playing. Wait, no. I am playing Baeza. Okay.